traditional school is perceived to be ineffective and boring for many students. Teachers are always looking for new educational approaches, but there are widespread agreement where today's schools face many major problems about student motives and involvement. Students have to learn too many historic events and timelines, which makes students become less motivated to learn history. Therefore, teaching history subject to the approach of student ability development in high school plays an important role in creating interest and promoting student abilities. The gamification approach incorporates elements of game thinking and game design to increase learner involvement and motivation. While gamification is gaining ground in business, marketing, corporate management, and wellness initiatives, its application in education is still an emerging trend. Over the last year, gamification has been rapidly embraced in business, marketing, governance, wellness, and ecology initiatives. It is driven by potential to guide user behavior in the desired direction. In recent years, academic studies have shown that gamification has a positive impact on learning activities, increasing learning efficiency and student involvement. In the modern state of social development, there is a growing understanding that students should be positioned in an active learning environment as developers of their own interpretation and knowledge, which leads to the formation of constructivist worldview. Next, I'm gonna discuss about the customer persona. Our customer is around 16 to 18 years old, live with parents in Vietnam. Their job are high school students and they are financially dependent. Their allowance is around 3 million to 5 million VND per month. Next is about their goal and motivation. They are high school students who is about to take the entrance exam to look for academic success to enter university. They are motivated by proactive activities and new methods of learning history. Next, I'm gonna talk about the psychographic. They are modern and tech-savvy. Moreover, they like to take part in engaging activities. They spend about 5 hours a day on social media and 10 hours a day studying, which includes school, extra class, and self-study. They also like watching history videos on social media, but they lack of interest in learning history at school. About the pain points, they hate traditional teaching method because it's feel boring, and there are too many numbers and events for them to remember, and there are also lots of similar content to learn.
I will introduce about our game idea. We name it Viestoria, which is the combination of a Vietnam and history. Our game will based on blockchain technology and play-to-earn game model. We will create a virtual game world that students will participate in. Students can interact with each other as well as the bots in the game to learn history. Firstly, about interacting with bots, students will interact with each bot through quests in sequential order in a historical timeline. When interacting with the bots, they will learn a lesson about each period by short videos or historical stories. At the end of each lesson, there will be a multiple choice questions to review a lesson. Players will need to get enough points to pass to the next quest. When completing each quest, students will receive tokens and in-game points. The higher the score is, the more tokens and in-game points player will receive. Students will be able to use the token to exchange for discount vouchers, buy books, or drinks from our sponsors. With in-game points, students can use to exchange for customs, in-game items, and improve their rankings on a leaderboard. With real-life rewards, as well as keeping the competitiveness among students through ranking system and leaderboard, players will find their interest in learning history through our game. Secondly, our game permits the interaction among students. They can interact with each other such as communicate, and text online. They also interact with others and learn together through participating in-game quests together. That will increase the interaction between the students as well as simulate the classroom in a more realistic way. And finally, we expect that our game operates smoothly on both PC and smartphone platforms.
Hello guys, I present our team to talk about unique selling proposition of Viestoria game. Firstly, we design a game environment that fosters knowledge construction and deepen understanding. Remember historical events while engaging and entertaining the player at the same time. Secondly, game environment have great potential to support immersive learning experience. Besides that, we emphasize social interaction that support learning process and collaborative learning as well as experience and outcomes. Thirdly, history components that are designed by integrating the historical facts and game can produce an immersive learning environment for history learning. And finally, and especially our game, inquiry and problem solving are the teaching strategy used in history educational game development. And now I will talk about the value we aim for, or also called customer value proposition. First, we foster learning history process effectively and interestingly, especially among young learners. The second, the use of game in education is perceived as a useful tool for learning and help to engage students in educational experience toward achieving specific learning goals and outcomes. Thirdly, seeing the student and teacher perceive history as an important subject because it is difficult to memorize facts. History educational game can be used as an alternative to foster history learning in a history educational game playing process entertain experience.